Morning. Time now is 10 to 7. Didn't quite go to plan yesterday. I think you left me travelling up the M1 and there was another, I think it was 9 accidents I counted on the total on the way up. And there was just the last 4 or 5 miles, there was just an accident every couple of miles. It was just getting ridiculous. And I knew there was another 2 hold-ups ahead of me, and I only had about, well, 9 miles to go. And I was on 9 hours 20. So I made a quick phone call, and they said that I could swap trailers this morning, which is good. So the pressure was off, so I pulled into the first services, which is Leicester Forest East. And they've resurfaced everything in here. It used to be like driving over the, well, it was like this here, look. It's like driving over the craters of the moon. But they've sorted it out. Done a fairly good job in there. And yeah, I thought I was going to go to the Barden Truck, which is another junction up. But I thought there's no point. I might as well pull in here, so I did. So I nearly made it. But gave myself no leeway whatsoever. But they were cool with me coming in this morning, so I thought there's just no point in trying to kill myself. Plus the fact I'm on overtime today. Work at your advantage. You know, it's not like I've been shirking. I was in, I'd already done, like I say, 9 hours and 9 hours 18 I think it was, to be precise, of driving, which is that's enough for anyone. Slept like a log last night. I woke up for I went to bed about well, I fell asleep about 10 o'clock. I was tired, fell asleep about 10 o'clock and then woke up 2ish I think for a pee, and then I woke up about 5 by someone starting up. But yeah, slept well. I even had a reaper quite close to me, about 2 or 3 trucks down. I heard it, I sort of vaguely heard it, and then just immediately went back to sleep again, and then woke up a bit later on briefly, and then when the engine started up they couldn't hear the reaper, so they were obviously just in on a break. So the plan is today, go into this place, swap the trailers, and head back down south. Dump the trailer in the yard, unhook. Happy days, job done. You're just going to be with me down to the last little bit. So yeah, like I say, it's Saturday morning. By all accounts, I really should really be wanting to be home at this time of day, but I've got a week off, so it's not the end of the world. Get in at 7 and they said phone them at 7:30, so by the time I'm there. They've got to give me a code or something to get in. They don't normally do that. Press the button and just let you in. I don't know why they. What's the chase? Ugh. Dull and overcast. So we're coming off at junction 23. No, maybe junction 22 even. Junction 22 truck stop. I was going to say it, not junction 23. Garden truck park. But well, I stopped there last night. Had Kentucky Fried Chicken. Ah, shite, innit? And the straw, you could clear ditches with that. It had a diameter of over, it must have been a 10mm diameter straw. That'd be like, you know, if I was a coke addict, I'd be in paradise or something like that, I suspect. I said to the bloke, I said, where's the first spot? I couldn't see him. And he said, they're there. No, look, got that drain pipe. Fucking hell. And I don't like KFC, but I didn't want Burger King, and I was looking at the menu and I couldn't work out what I wanted, so I got one of them box meal things, and it was 3 bits of chicken in batter, and then chicken popcorn. What's that all about? What is that? I'm not even sure there was chicken in it. It was shaped in a ball. Right, it was fucking lamb's bollocks. Who was that? Coleslaw? Well, I think they should be done under the Trade Descriptions Act. Coleslaw, that wasn't fucking coleslaw, that was just, I don't know what it was, but it tasted fucking rank. It looked a bit like coleslaw if you used your imagination, only because it had a bit of orange in it, which I suspect was, well, I'd like to hope it was a bit of fucking carrot, but I don't think it was. And then I had barbecue sauce, which tasted alright actually. That was the best bit of the meal, the barbecue sauce. And a Pepsi Max with a straw the size of the fucking Channel Tunnel. Is this here, junction 22? Yeah, should know, been here enough times. Ashby Colville. Anyway, hook a left. Well, not the very first left, but a left nonetheless. Roads are nice and quiet. So there we go, look at that. I don't think there's any dirty burger vans around here either. Oh yes, there it is. I might stop for breakfast on the way back. stop now. I might whiz round the roundabout and come back. Look at that. There's another roundabout up here, I think. I can just whiz round the roundabouts. Nice. Breakfast sorted for the day. Watch me go round that roundabout and there'll be no fucking parking. There's a flying horse on my left. This gets a bit tight going through here. People tend to cut the corner, cut over onto my side. They've got grapes there. Oh, decisions. Not a lot of parking in that one though. Full of pretty flowers. Oh, the truck stop is just up here on the left. Cool. But it's a bit noisy in there because of the what have we got in there? A load of vans. They do have a pub next door though. Charnwood Arms. There's sometimes as well a burger van down here. I don't know whether it'll be here on a Saturday morning at this time of day. I suspect not. I left at this next roundabout. So I'm sort of doing a bit of a loop really to get back on myself. But and I might have to go round as well in case there's no parking. Big loop. During the day this is pretty busy. Now this is where the burger van normally is, just here look, where the cones are. Not today! So there you go. I'm more or less here. I'll pull up and park here. And I'll leave you and I'll speak to you later. Good morning. 9:21. Excuse me. straightforward trailer swap, they said. Go in with one, come out with another one. Sounds a piece of cake, isn't it? No. Now I know we do occasionally do trailer swaps in there. Last time I was in there, they asked me to do one, but I was so short on time, I couldn't do it. I felt a bit bad about it, but I'm out of time. So, and if I'd have gone in there last night and they'd asked me to do it, I'd have had to have said no last night because I'm out of time, mate. But this morning they asked me to do it. Can you do a trailer? Can you shunt a trailer around? And I know that we do this, so you know, don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm not being asked to do something that we don't normally do. But yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. Seeing as you know, you let me in this morning, and you know, and all the rest of it, and I thought at the end of the day, I'm getting paid for it, so it doesn't really matter. And overtime rate. So yeah, all right. Yeah, we've got 3 to do. I said, fuck, I've got 3. I don't mind moving one out of the way, but 3 is starting to take the piss here. So anyway, I did it. Out of the goodness of my heart. Yeah, 3 trailers around. Take them off the bank, park them up in the yard, then go and get another one, park it up, go and get another one, park it up, and then go and get your own. And yeah, so I came out of there and you saw that little cafe as I went in. I spun it around on the way out and parked on the lay-by and went out a big breakfast. So I'm fully fortified with a big fry-up proper trucker's breakfast. You can see it on Instagram. If you just go to Instagram and search for Fat Bloke Travels, you'll find me. So yeah. So thank you very much, company, for paying me overtime and paying for my breakfast. So it's along down the road now. It's telling me I'm going to get down there about 10 past 12. I don't believe it. It's 153 hours away. Thumbs in hand. Well, it should be about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I might need to stop for a quick pee. But that'll be all, and then I'll be on my merry way again. Got a bit of drink, I've got coffee, and I've got fluids to keep me going. I don't need nothing else to eat now. Really nice breakfast. Not anything special, and this is the thing. This is the thing that I don't mind. Where was it we went the other day? Oh yeah, it was quite an upmarket cat. And we went in there and I asked her, and it was a brunch. And it was 1 bit of bacon, 1 bit of bacon, 1 sausage, some chips, handful of chips, and I think there might have been some baked beans, a small spoonful of beans. They wanted 7 quid off for that. I was fucking hell. It's a bit funny. So when I went out, he said, oh, is everything alright with your milk, sir? Well, no, not really. He said, oh, what's wrong with it? I said, well, full quality sausages, and I want really a lot of the plate. I said, I'd rather pay 10, 12 quid and have a full plate and nice food than pay 7 quid to fill with dog. In one ear, out the other. So this little place I went to today, it's in a lay-by, it's in a porter, you know, it worked out of a porter cabin, and all they do is like cheap, honest food. There was, you know, the sausages weren't the best. They were like normal, you know, cheap old sausages. The bacon was quite nice, actually, to be honest with you. Beans were nice. Nice bit of black pudding. And what else was I? A few tomatoes and a nice cup of coffee. 6 quid. Oh yeah, and 2 bits of toast, nicely buttered. 6.50 I think it was. Absolutely spot on. Can't fault it. It was really nice. You know. So, and it looked nice. And it was a, you know, it was a good bits of bacon, 2 sausages, good portion size, you know. And for that, I don't mind. Quite happy with that. More than happy with that. But don't try and fucking tuck me up. Like the place in Leamington with cheapy sausages pretending they're fucking good sausages. They're not. I know it's sausage, good sausage from bad sausage. I'm a sausage expert. You know, and it was yeah, pisses me off. But in there, we're in a cafe, I think it's called. Just off of junction 22. Yeah, it's alright. I know we're open early this morning. So let's see what sort of. I don't reckon there's any fuckery on the way down at the moment. Everything's looking good. There's one truck coming up, but at the moment, and there's a couple of trucks coming up, but in front of me, going the same way as I am, there's not one truck behind me, and there's not one truck in front of me. Well, there might be right in the distance. Oh, Citroen BX. I nearly bought one of those once, a white one. BX? I had a ZX. That was my first company car, was a Citroen ZX. That's quite nice. I had electric everything. I'd never had electric windows before. First car, I had tinted windscreen as well. And an electric sunroof. I was spoiled. There was a 1.9 diesel. You know, there was no speed involved, but it was a comfortable little car. I like that little pub. It took me ages to get up there yesterday. It took about 5 hours, I think it was. Included a break, so I'd take a break out 45 minutes, 4 hours. I've got a splitter trailer one as well. For those that don't know what a splitter trailer means or is, it's a trailer design splitting off, hence the name splitter. So I normally carry anything between a 20-foot box or a 40-foot box. Now with this particular type of trailer, you can put 2 20-foot boxes on, split it in half, deliver one, leave the trailer element, if you like, somewhere safe and secure, and go off and deliver with the little trailer with the other 20-foot box on. Then you go back, hook them both up, and away you go. Oh yeah, but this one happens to have a 40-foot container on it, which is a bit of a waste of a trailer, really. Oh, that was the other thing, the amount of breakdowns yesterday. One lay-by on the 834. There was 2 RAC vans and a, I don't know, probably a green flag, you know, like one of these wild ones. They'll probably call that by green flag. So 3 breakdown recovery trucks in the same lay-by recovering 3 vehicles. Really well last night as well. I went to bed about 10 o'clock. Well, fell asleep about 10ish. I didn't take a lot of walking last night, I was tired. I've had 2 days back to back of over 9 hours of driving. All these truck drivers working on a Saturday, you money grabbing bastards. Fucking right. Get it while you can. You know, what's that old saying? Make hay while the sun shines. You've got to do it. No, I'm not going to about to jump ship because we've had another pay rise, I think that's said. So we've had a substantial pay rise this year. Probably one of the. It's a really good pay rise actually. You cannot complain about it at all. I'm sure there'll be somebody that moans, but yeah, no, it's pretty good. They've enhanced the package and made it a sensible wage now. You're still doing a lot of hours for it though. You know, this week I'm going to be on around 68 hours. I suspect by the time I get back down, maybe a bit more. Just under the 70 hour mark. So yeah, no, that's yeah, got to grow. So it's not like we don't do them. More than fucking two up. Slow down, you mad bastard. Fucking hell. Thankfully the road's dry, there's not a lot of traffic, but even so. Easy up, boys and girls. For an easy run back, mind you, I don't care if I get stuck in traffic, it doesn't bother me at all the slightest. So I'm getting paid extra for the day. But generally, talking about paying conditions, I mean, our company has addressed the pay. And they've done a reasonable job. Conditions, I mean hours worked. A lot of hours. And you know, some people will go, yeah, alright, I earn that sort of money, earn good money. But I don't want to work 60-70 hours a week. They're just not into it, you know. They don't want to do it. No, I don't. But in saying that, if I was a youngster. Get in with a good company that's paying well, would I recommend it? Now, that's a good question, that is. Would I recommend being a truck driver? If I was single, yes, definitely. Because I don't know that many people under the age of 25 that could earn the potential of 50 grand a year. You know? I don't know many. And if I was single, more or less. And I'd kick the arse out of it, and I'd either have a caravan somewhere, or I'd probably, being wise about it, have a motorhome. I'd buy a van and convert it, and I'd live in that at the weekends and disappear off. Because once you've bought a van, that's it, there's no ongoing cost really. That's what I'd be doing. The rest of the week you're living in the truck, happy days. Save yourself a fortune. And that'd give you 2 or 3 years of that, you'd have enough for a good deposit somewhere. And if you keep going, you can buy somewhere and then rent it out. You'd be laughing. You'd have some good holidays as well, I'd imagine. If you're young and you had a young family, newly married with kids, no, don't even contemplate it. Go and do something else. Anything. So I can guarantee your missus will get young, because you'll never be there. But when you are there, you'll be too knackered to do anything. And the kids will be stressing around, and she'll be lonely, and she'll be bored, and she'll be grudge, and she'll like the money, but at the end of the day, she won't be able to get a job, because by the time she's got a job, all the money will be taken out on childcare fees, so it won't be worth it. So she'll be home all day, getting pissed off, and probably shagging a neighbour. So don't do it. Don't put yourself through it. You gotta wait till the kids are a bit older, a bit more reliant, more self-reliant. Like ours, 17 and married, he's done a year at uni. Well, partly. I just spent at home. But yeah, then you can do it. But even so, I mean, one of the blokes at our place, he's older than I am. What is he? He's got to be late 50s, early 60s. Just got divorced. He's trucked all his life all over Europe. Kids have all grown up, left home, and yeah, fucking hell. But no one's immune. A5 closed, that's alright, not going anywhere near the A5. The trouble is that as a young driver, because they're changing the way the tests are being done, aren't they? And as a young driver, you're still going to struggle getting a job, purely and simply because a lot of firms want you to be over 25 before they take you on, because the insurance companies won't even touch your part of that, unless you get in with a family firm that are willing to take the hit. I don't think I put any sugar in my coffee. Fucking idiot. I did. Good. So they're changing the test. They're not doing the reverse. No, I failed my first test on the reverse. And it's something I was reversing was something I struggled with for the first, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a year. I struggled with reversing. To start off, I was publishing reversing, absolutely publishing. I just couldn't get a handle on it, and I couldn't work out where I was going wrong. Now, yeah, I don't have an issue. There's nothing that would faze me now, to be honest. Whereas I think before, you know, people you expect too much of yourself. That you put a lot of unnecessary pressure. So yeah, no, it doesn't bother me, no. So that's going to be the, and people say, I mean, I was lucky that I had the experience of a good few years on the buses. So the width, it's like effectively coming from class 2. I had a few years gap in between, but it doesn't take long to get back into the swing of it. But driving a class 2, the biggest issue will be people going from, you know, because I remember when I first started driving buses, you know, I learned to drive in a coach, 52-seater, 54-seater, whatever it was. They were big old lumps, and there's manual as well, manual gearbox, and it's the width that gets you. And it took a little bit of getting used to. And I think because I was an ex-driving instructor prior to that, I'm a little bit more cautious than maybe somebody else. Steady Eddie, go on. Now they pay some shit money. Solid all the way yesterday. Yeah, the thing that I can see being a problem for people coming straight from cars and straight to class 1 is getting the grips for the size of these things. There's no two words about it, they're fucking massive. It's a big old lump. I think people might struggle with that. So I went straight from, I did my class 2, and a few weeks later I did my class 1. So I've got no class 2 experience. However, saying that, like I said, I spent a lot of time on the buses. I spent 7-8 years on the buses, 7 years on the buses. So, which is the equivalent, and coaches are actually longer than most class 2 vehicles. So, you know, it's not, you know, it's you know, so I had that sort of awareness. But when you're coming straight from a car, yeah, that's going to be a different kettle of fish. The reversing element, they've taken the reversing element out apparently. The reversing manoeuvre, I've never had to do anything like should actually have a bay there, and you have to get between the metal railings that you have to get into. You know, because you've got to be in perfect there. Getting in between a set of fucking white or yellow lines, fucking hell. Not really an issue. Yeah, so, and uncoupling and decoupling on the test. Yeah, I don't see that that's a test requirement, to be honest with you. It's a bit like the show me tell me questions on the car test. Bit of a waste of time, really. You know, if you've got a good instructor, they'll go through all of that with you enough times anyway. And let's be honest, a lot of people will never change a wheel. A lot of people will never even check the oil on their car. So, yeah. Yeah, so removing the reversing element and removing the coupling and decoupling doesn't really prove anything. You know, you should do that every day with your trainer. When you get back to the yard after your lesson, reversing into a tight spot, hopefully an awful block will give you enough to when you get out on the road. And you want to do a blind side down a fucking alleyway into a fucking dark and dingy bay. But it still isn't going to solve the problem of a lack of truck drivers. Certainly not for Christmas, because if you decided today that I want to be a truck driver, you've still got to jump through the hoops, getting the medical, getting the paperwork, getting your provisional license back from DVLA. Well, that'll be a fucking time. You might not see it, you probably won't get your provisional back till fucking Christmas. Then your medical. Then you have a perception and theory test. Then your lessons that could take 6 to 8 weeks, and then a date for the test. You know what I mean? I reckon if you put in for a test, if you started your lessons, well, not even started your lessons, but you said, right, today I want to become a truck driver, and the first thing I would do is send off provisional book your theory. I reckon it'll be February, March time before you're on the road. Realistically, can't see it being any quicker than that. Yeah, get more studies on. Yeah, it's a. So what would solve the driver shortage? Well, A, some companies have addressed that and embraced it and realised. Other companies have buried their heads in the sand and have employed the same old tactics that they've used in the past and said, well, if you don't like it, fuck off. Well, the thing is, they have. And the drivers have fucked off, and they've gone to work for companies that the companies have gone, look, we're going to pay you fucking £5 an hour more. Because why wouldn't you, doing the same sort of job? Because truck driving, at the end of the day, is truck driving. If you're pulling a curtain sider, it doesn't matter what you've got inside it, it's the same job. You know, you can specialise and then go like containers or logging or tankers, ADR work, or curtain siders or bulkers or grainers, or, you know what I mean? flatbed work. There's it branches off, or fridge work, but generally, if you're on with a curtain side, a general haulage, and the company says to you, no, we'll keep you on, £9.80 an hour, there's jobs out there that are paying £14-15 an hour easily, all day long. You're just going to go, aren't you? You're just going to go. So the attitude of, if you don't like it, you can fuck off, has got to change. Otherwise you will not have a business. And you've got to provide for the drivers. You've got to provide better facilities. And these places, like the services, have got to up their game. And the government have got to get onto them and say, up your game. You go into a truck park, there's 200 trucks parked up, there's 2 showers. 2 showers. That's taking that is, you can imagine being driver 199, can't you? You just stepped into a cubicle that another 100 plus blokes have all been standing in. Fucking hell. A lot of the time I don't bother because it's just minging. I'm better off after washing a cab. And you just go in the sun and you go, I wouldn't wash my dog in here. In fact, I think someone has. I went in one once, and I'm no joking a lie, I reckon they must have been on site all day and they washed their fucking boots off in there. They're a nice ton of fucking rubble. I could have scraped it all out and fucking laid a patio with it. No, it's a joke. So the services need to up their game, and there needs to be more parking. I looked at another company recently and they said, we don't pay for parking. I said, well, I'm sorry mate, I ain't fucking going to work for you then. He said, well, what do you mean? You don't pay for parking? We're not fucking slumming it in a labour all week. Having a hunter, it's bad enough trying to find somewhere safe to park in a service station, let alone on the side of a road. Yeah, but it gives you better options. Well, no, not really. A labour to me, it's not the end of the world. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. But I wouldn't want to do it day in, day out. Or industrial estates, So, companies have got to go, you've got to park, my company, they want you to park in secure parking, whether you're loaded or unloaded. The only time you can park on the side of the road is if you're one out of time, which you shouldn't really be running out of time when you're loaded. Or you're unloaded and then you can sort of, as long as you feel it's safe enough to do so, then that's fine. So it's the conditions really that you have to work within. But facilities for the drivers. There just needs to be more parking, better parking. A lay-by on the side of the road with no dividing sort of line, but it's just straight on the side of a busy fuel carriageway. So it's not a safe place to be parking up at night. I've got trucks barreling past me at 50 plus miles an hour, less than 2 foot from my head. So yeah, more needs to be done. The whole of the UK's infrastructure and how they treat drivers needs to be, the game needs to be up. It's not just pay. The way you're treated in some places as well. Now you're treated like a leper. Still, we go into places today they won't let you use the toilets. They've got a one of those portaloos for you. You can't wash your hands. It's not washing your hands. And some of them just absolutely minging. Like, fucking hell. You're treated like an animal. Thankfully, the sort of places we go into, or I go into, I don't generally get too much bother. That truck's called Penny Hill. And I think sometimes it's the attitude you got when you go in. If you go in with a good attitude and going with a good attitude, you tend to sort of like get a bit of it reflects back on you, doesn't it? So I don't tend to get too much bother. But as soon as if they do decide, every now and again they'll get someone that tries it on, and you just got to fucking put them in their place. Take the piss. I'll come up in a minute. That was an easy stretch of the M1. No dramas, no overtaking or no trucks. Nothing going southbound. There's a few going north, but not loads. In 1 week. I used to I wouldn't do when I was teaching, people say, oh, can you do me in a week or in a fortnight? No. I'll do you a couple of hours a day, but I'm not doing, oh, can we do 6 lessons a day, 6 hours a day? No. Well, why not? I said, because after about the 4th hour, or the 3rd hour, you'll have lost so much concentration that I'll just be taking money off you. You'll be getting nothing right, and you'll just be getting annoyed and getting frustrated. That's a complete and total waste of your money. If you really want me to waste your money, then I'll do it. I'll save myself a lot of bother. Pay me for 6 and I'll teach it for 4. You want to do that? No. Okay, so let's be sensible about it. Because after 2 hours I'll guarantee that you will be knackered. Because you're going to be full on concentrating 2 hours at a time. Now you might get 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. That would be my absolute. Break the back off things. Oh, I have done that. I did 2 hours at about 10 o'clock, and I did 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 till 6. Had a little break, had a little break, and crack on again. Well, I think I had lessons in between them, and afterwards. But to do 7-8 hours a day, you ain't getting good value for money. And And anybody who's teaching that needs to take a good hard look at themselves, because you're just stitching your students up. Intensive, that was the word I was looking for. Intensive, yeah, it's fucking intense. Fire the other day. That's the M1 stretch done for you. So just go to the A43 and I'll turn you off. Ready for the afterburners. to this little lay-by up here. See, there's the spot. I'll speak to you later. If not, have a good weekend. Hello. Not sure how long this is going to record for. I'm not sure the battery's working. No, even know if I've got it plugged in. I think I have. I don't know. Anyway, bottom of the A34 and fuckwittery of some dimension. Still telling me. I mean, it should only take about half an hour from here if I'm really unlucky, but it's telling me it's going to take just over an hour. So we'll keep on going. I'll get home at some point this weekend. Have a good one. I'll speak to you at some point in the future. Cheers, bye. Just back again. This is just what you want, isn't it? When you've had a long week and you want to get home. And you can't get home. Where have all these people come from and where the fuck are they all going? This is all just people. There's no trucks, look, or very few of us. I've got one behind me. And there's a couple over the road, look. And there's a couple in front, and that's it. The rest is all fucking people going nowhere. Well, they're obviously going somewhere, but fucking hell. And this is a Saturday at 12:24. Fucking, I despair. Who wants to be a truck driver? Watch, there'll be an accident in a minute. Totally fuck things up. Oh no, I'm swearing. I've had a long fucking week, alright? I just want to get home now. My plan was to be tucked up next to my gorgeous Kira at about 7 o'clock this morning. It's 12:25. I've got at least half an hour before I get back to the yard. And then I've got to fuel up, drop this trailer, park up and empty my truck out. That's another hour. I'm not going to be home until fucking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I wasn't working, if I wasn't having this week off, I'd be back to work back in Monday morning, or 24 hours later. Fucking rock and roll, eh? Who wants to be a truck driver? They can throw all the money that you like at you, you know? Sometimes you got to think, is it worth it? I don't know, jury's out. I tell you, the jury is out sometimes. We're moving. I'm sure it'll slow down again in a minute. I just thought I'd leave you on while I get to this sort of fuckery. So this is the bottom. I'm on the M. This is the bottom of the M3. It goes into Southampton. He's right up that car's arse, isn't he? Afterburners on. I'd just love to know where everyone's going. I'm glad I got the week off. Week off unpaid. I'm going into hospital. I get statutory sick pay, 92 quid. Fuck's sake. I think I get that. Come on in if you're coming in. Gonna say thank you? No, just driving to the back of that fucking car by the looks of it. A bit of courtesy there. No. Too much like fucking hard work, that, isn't it? Slow lane going faster than the fast lane. How can people are stupid? Thick as mince. I wonder where he was going then. The place. A black Range Rover. there light at the end of the tunnel? Going to get a clear run, or is it going to stack up again? I reckon it might stack up. Looking pretty good. Slip road. That's where I want to be, the slip road. The only way you can look at the situations like this is that I'm getting paid for it, and they're paying me a weekend overtime rate. So apart from the fact that I really like to be home, you know, at least I'm getting paid extra for it. So if I need to sit in traffic, I need to sit in traffic. I think I've only seen a couple of container trucks this morning. Don't think I've seen any coming the other way. Slightly unusual. Mind you, it is quite late in the day. coherently. Just coming down on, this is on the 271 now. Coming round, no. Over the water on into Totton. That boy on that bike is all set up for cycle touring. In the first place, you wouldn't have to cut in front of me like that. So even at the end of the day, there's a little bit of buckwheatery. The junction down here that can be a bit iffy sometimes. Busy junction, it's a way out of Totton. This one down here on the left. See, they sort of just come out and then sort of mooch about and try and force their way on. Or in some instances, just come on. Come on in. Alright, thank you, no problem at all. Could have got the truck washed if I was back at a decent time, but that ain't going to happen. The truck wash is closed. 10 to 1. no boats in. I don't know if there's any boats in. Might be one down the bottom. I don't know if there is. Trains are up. Right, I shall leave you to it. This is it now, definitely it. Thank you all for following. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Listen to more of my nonsense. Bloody hell. More of my nonsense.